Whew! Now, that's more like it. Let's move out.
The sharp instincts of a businessman are enough for me to know where and when to make my moves. And the Holy Grail has told me everything I need to know. You are the servant of that Galaxy Ranger. I didn't think your nose would be even sharper than the Bloodhound family's minions. Is it really wise for you to charge in here on your own instead of loyally staying at your master's side? That cowboy's in quite a pinch right now and would appreciate a speedy rescue. I appreciate the advice, truly. In that case, am I not giving the Holy Grail a new purpose? It'll become an entertainment spectacle much more worthy of investment than some wish-granting chalice. Quite the impressive insight, servant from another world. Your presence here was certainly a surprise to me, but you and your friends are needed. The Holy Grail needs more efficient fuel. And that means you. Miss Note? No. It's time for you to show Penacony your true charm.
I did what you wanted me to do.
Well done, my old friend. So many years have passed, but I still remember every performance you gave, every dance you danced, every melody you sang. You were like a blooming iris. But I prefer how you are now compared to your heydays on the stage. Stripped of all the external pretenses. So simple. So ordinary.
Enough, OT. Outdated metaphors are as revolting as last night's leftovers. I've kept my promise. Now, it's your turn.
There's no rush, my old friend. Everything you desire can be obtained without magecraft or miracles. Money is all it takes. The so-called Holy Grail is nothing more than a vessel crafted from gold. And the real stars of this show are about to make their entrance. Your job is to hold them off until the last step of the ritual is complete. Once that is done, I will honor my end of the deal.
OT. Looks like your business acumen has rotted along with this world. I could barely restrain that one servant, and now you expect me to take them all on?
Don't be so modest. Unlike Greedy, you are a true artist. You have the talent to bring thousands of characters to life all on your own. You are the perfect counter to these heroes. I will give you the power the Holy Grail has accumulated so that you can crush them all. Then this grand spectacle will come to a glorious finale.
Wasn't that blue guy supposed to scout this place ahead of us? Haven't even heard a single peep from him so far. Could that old man have pulled a fast one on him?
His note! I'm glad you're okay.
Wait. Something's off. Miss Note. I trust that you've seen Lancer here, haven't you?
Yes. He came to the Grand Theater with his spear raised and ready, eager to impale old Odie on the curtain. I couldn't agree more with his approach. But I still have dreams left unfulfilled in this miraculous second life. So, I asked him to take a break. And I must insist that every one of you take a break as well. Until Mr. Odie finishes the ritual. Fear not. There will be no pain. Please, leave your passion and ambitions on the stage. Like how actors shed their fatigue and makeup behind the curtains. And rest.
Let the curtain fall! Cannon can present!
Oh, Artorias! Here to draw the sword, aren't you? I knew it! That Mage Merlin spun such a tall tale, something about whosoe'er pulleth out this sword of this stone is rightwise king of all England. Even an apprentice knight wouldn't be able to resist that. That being said, a little fellow like you drawing the sword and becoming king, I really can't picture that.
The only thing I remember is being woken up by someone in a space station. My earliest memory was boarding a train headed for the stars and meeting many kindred spirits as friends. Though I have no past, I have a future. I became the person I wanted to be. So, this is the sword in the stone?
She was nothing more than an ordinary girl. Playing the part of a king was already painful enough. Why should we force her to continue in the delusion known as heroic spirits? Better to cast aside her sword, abandon her glory, and become a nameless nobody who watches the world's grand show on the sidelines. I'll help all of you to remove the hero's garish makeup, bit by bit, until I've wiped away even the choice you've made to become a hero. Until I've wiped away all the pain you've endured on this thorny road. I've prepared a simple and happy life for all of you in this show, including you, Trailblazer.
So, newcomer, are you staying? Someone like you has probably already burned through all your luck just trying to get into the Herta space station, but I'll go through the motions and confirm it anyway. Just so you know, working at the Department of Cosmic Geography isn't as easy as you think. Look, I thought I was pretty impressive too when I first arrived. But you'll be beaten into shape in no time. You're just a regular researcher on this station. No one's gonna even bat an eye at your so-called talents and smarts. And I'm the Cosmic Geographer. Who's that, a game character? Are you dreaming or something? Maybe you should take a sick day and get a checkup at the medical department. I'm a bit of a fan of the Astral Express, and I know that every nameless who boards it has been through some incredible adventures. So, tell me, what great deeds have you done? Oh, I've heard of that! Apparently, a valuable relic was stolen from the space station. It was swallowed by a mysterious intruder, which then led to an attack from the Antimatter Legion. If it weren't for Madame Herta stepping in to handle the crisis, we'd all be burnt to a crisp by now. Any idea who that mysterious intruder was? Yep, you guessed it. It was you, brat. The only reason you got a job here is that lead researcher Asta took pity on you. Oh, you mean the Lord Ravager who recently appeared on the Xianzhou and caused a huge ruckus? From what I've heard, her plan was foiled by the general of the Luofu, but the Xianzhou people paid a heavy price for it. Listen, don't use someone else's tragedy as your bragging material. Let me guess. Next, you'll say you were invited to the Charmony Festival and became the festive superstar. Let me guess. Let me guess. Oh, I know what's happening now. The Department of Implement Arts imported a batch of dream bubbles. Loads of young, naive researchers have been wasting entire days in them, ignoring even their paid work. You probably ate too much of that Memoria too and thought those illusions were real. Why else would you believe you're a nameless aboard the Express? Well, I can't say I blame you. I heard the Express did invite you to join them, but you turned them down. Are you regretting that choice now?
I regret my choice.
Well, your resume doesn't show any particular skills, so I'll start you off with some light tasks. Sort the Department of Cosmic Geography's expenditure report for the past 6 months, schedule research meetings for the upcoming month, collect project proposals from all levels of researchers. Yeah, that should keep you busy for a while. Don't be so surprised. Our department is at the bottom of the food chain on the station. This work happens all the time. I'm off. Be sure to do your job well. Yeah. Sometimes I regret picking the Geography of the Universe course when I was 14 and walking away from quantum history. I felt math was just too tough for me back then. But now I ask myself, would I still be stuck in this dead-end job if I made a different choice? No, come on. Don't worry about the what-ifs. Why waste time regretting a choice you've already made? Look at me. Things aren't so bad here, are they?
You're late, newcomer. A few more system days of delay, and we'll miss the reimbursement deadline. I'll cut you some slack given that you're new. Now get to work.
What a messy desk. Am I supposed to organize all this stuff? Where do I even start?
You're too slow. Keep going like this, and you'll still be here when the Amber Lord makes our next hammer swing. What are you standing around for? You think space bionic snails are going to do the work for you?
These reports are endless. And the stuff written in there is really weird. Hold on. I think I've seen that person over there before. Come on, Uncle A. Don't you ever feel like you don't belong here? I'm exhausted. I feel like I can't even think anymore. But deep down, I still feel like I don't belong here. What a strange dream. I should get to work. Scheduling Department of Cosmic Geography meetings for the next month. This should be easier than yesterday, right? Astral Express. I turned down their invitation back then. Did I really make the right choice? I'll think about it. I'll make sure to give you my answer before the express leaves. I'm so tired. Maybe I should head back first. The Astral Express.
Let me tell you the story of a bird who was imprisoned wrongfully. She was once a singer, thrown into a dark cell for composing songs that the powerful didn't like. The bird heard many voices of sorrow. So, she sang for the others trapped inside, soothing their homesick hearts and inspiring them to rise up. In the end, the bird broke free with a pocket watch, a wolf, and countless companions by her side. The bird believed that she would begin a new life after gaining freedom. She would shine on the stage and the silver screen, displaying her beautiful feathers and voice, just as she had once brought hope to the hopeless. But she was wrong. Penacony soon became unrecognizable. The songs she sang, the films she starred in, and even her own life were all locked away in a cage called money, turned into mere commodities. The movie studio wanted to turn the bird into a symbol of beauty, but the bird longed to escape from this suffocating, filthy gutter. They stripped away her stage name, replaced her with a fresh-faced chick, and smothered her with slander and rumors, leading her to a disgraceful end.
So, you seek revenge on those who tarnished your name?
No. The exact opposite, in fact. When I returned to this world, I realized there was no one left to take revenge on. Instead, I will reclaim the name they took from me and erase every single work I've ever produced. I'll destroy every trace of my existence as...
You know how it feels to be locked in a cage and have everything taken from you. So why do you still trap the Masters and heroic spirits in your noble phantasm when they wish to end this Holy Grail war? Old Odie may be able to fulfill your wish, but the cost he demands is far greater. As someone born in the same era as him, you should know this better than I do.
Ugh. OT is nothing more than a parasite feeding on Penacony. Of course I won't trust him. But... you're different, Master. He's a worm who has a wish for the Holy Grail. Yet, there's nothing the Holy Grail can do to sway you. If you want to stop my noble phantasm, you'll have to force me with a command spell. Come, Master. Take away my free will, just like how they took away my name and career with their contracts and laws.
You know I won't do that, Miss Note. Let's make a wager. I've never once gambled in my life. I bet that those masters and servants will not yield to your noble phantasm, even though you've stripped their identity as heroes. I trust them.
I will wait and see.
I feel like I had a strange dream, but the details keep slipping away. My body feels so heavy. But I can't rest. There's still today's work to get through.
The express is already left. Going there will be pointless. Let's go to the lab. Hit the cafeteria. Let's go fishing together. Let's go watch a movie. Isn't life on the space station wonderful? People would kill just to live the life you have here. There's no antimatter legion. No abominations of abundance. This place is the most peaceful paradise in the universe.
Something's stopping me from leaving this place. I need to avoid them.
We're not holding you back. Let's have lunch together. Stop. The future of a nameless is nothing but emptiness and despair. Do you think you're special? Think of Tiernan and Kelbeck, the nameless who were better than you. They were all consumed by the lightless outer space, never to return.
So you'll finally admit that I'm a nameless!
Would you still pull this weapon out? Even if it'll bring about a tragic end? Which is why I've crafted such gentle dreams for you all. Isn't that what you've been looking for all this time? You'll regret this!
Huh. I'll never regret.
Why do you have such blind courage? Don't you ever feel regret?
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
I can't become a fool like you. And I won't agree with your choices. I failed. Just like how I failed in life. This is a fitting end for a traitor.
The performing arts had given you so much pain, Miss Note. Why did you choose to remain on Penacony's stage after leaving your prison?
Because I still remember how the rough prisoners fell silent, and the crying children smiled whenever I started to sing. Those small moments made me feel free, even in that iron cage. But Penacony has changed. After so many amber eras, it's become almost unrecognizable. And now, I am locked in this newly forged prison. Anyway, it's time to end this. A servant who betrayed their master has no right to exist.
Then, as you wish. With the first command spell, I return your name to you. On behalf of Penacony, Asuna. Even if they have trademarked your name and stripped you of everything, that does not make you an unknown failure. Hold your head high, Mother of Iris. With the second command spell, I return to you the testament of your existence as a heroic spirit. Your death was what made singers and artists realize the need to reclaim their freedom and dignity for merchants. You are not some forgotten shadow. You are the founder of the Iris family, one of the 5 major lineages of Penacony. That's why you chose to borrow that name, isn't it? A figure shaped by your students and friends, by Maven and the Watchmaker, Miss Note, the one who sang freely in Dreamville.
Please, no more. I don't want to hear anymore.
With the third command spell, as your junior on the stage, I return to you your freedom as a person. Mother of Iris, you will no longer be controlled by anyone from this moment on. You will now only dance for yourself. This farce is nearing its end, but I hope you can step out of the Grand Theater before you disappear and meet Penacony's artists. You are still a hero to them, no matter the slanders your name bears.
Boothill and the others got out too. Should I go check on them?
A different life? Penacony's dream bubbles are pure cancer. The Ch1Pt3 festival nearly killed me. And that servant's fantasy almost finished the job.
So, where did she put you?
I had a dream where I could never win. I got to live as an obedient serf and gave up on even the thought of gambling.
Darn right. Quit gambling. That's quite the educational dream you had there.
And you? Where'd she send you?
Me? I had a long-awaited reunion.
Looks like Lady Osna has failed. What a shame. She was just one step away from tearing the flame of dreams off the servants and tossing them into the Holy Grail as fuel. But that's the business world for you. No matter how capable your collaborator is, you gotta handle the most critical parts yourself.
Oh, fudgehead. It's time to tell us what kind of stinking pie you're cooking up with this Holy Grail war.
Oh, I've lived for 10 Ember Eras already. As long as I give the word, my medical team can squeeze a few more years out of these old bones. What a great misunderstanding. There are no enemies that can't be made into friends in the world of business.
Good point. But I'm still very curious about your little scheme.
Miss, what you're talking about is something only the Genius Society would obsessively chase after. I've been very clear about this from the start. The Ch1Pt3 Festival met a hasty rap. And Penacony needs a fresh economic boost. We need to create a business venture that will grab everyone's attention. A holy grail that grants wishes is just the golden goose we need. If this ritual works, then Penacony will own a glorious show to keep the money rolling in for 10 more Ember Eras. A carnival that even the Ch1Pt3 Festival can't compete with. Even if I do have some personal objectives in this first ever Penacony Holy Grail War, that's none of your concern. What I like is watching people swarm into Penacony, spending their entire fortunes just to buy a chance to enter the Holy Grail War. I like having alfalfa credits pour out of the Gilded Hour, entering the Cosmic Exchange. I like seeing my business rivals being crushed and manipulated, and then lose everything in the end. I like to acquire companies that I've never heard of, fusing them into my empire with a mere wave of my pen. The Golden Hour will set the prices for goods based on my desires, and the Blue Hour will craft Penaconian fashion based on my whims. Do you honestly believe Penacony was built on empty ideas like dreams and wishes? No. What truly underpins and supports the city is what you deemed crude. It's the unending flow of money. On this rock called money, we have built the planet of festivities. It seems you're all eager to prepare for my demise. But since there can only be one winner in this game, how do you plan to decide the victor after I bow out? Why don't we discuss a collaboration instead? Whoever can eliminate the others shall have the chance to make their wish to the Holy Grail. I will give you that right. We can even formalize it with a contract, using precise logical language to word our wishes, ensuring the Holy Grail fulfills everyone's desires. After all, isn't this the very moment you've all been fighting for? Masters and servants?
Nah, we need to whip this fella's hind end, then smash it to pieces.
Well, I've already been the scapegoat once today, so I'll pass this opportunity to Mr. Odie.
If you are all so keen to make me your enemy, I suppose I'll have to become the final challenge on this variety show. The rules said a master is supposed to summon a historical figure as their servant to enter the Holy Grail War, but who should I summon? This question has haunted me for quite some time. Should I get the washed-up director I sponsored? Or the legendary star whose name I purchased? No, they are not worthy of being my servant. That's when a thought crossed my mind. Why not summon myself? A person who's still standing strong after 10 amber eras of business intrigue? Isn't this living legend staring back at me in the mirror? I used myself as the catalyst. I wanted to see how the business magnate Oti reflected in the history of Penacony would respond to my call as a servant. I wanted to see how people truly view me in history. The answer really hurts. To them, I'm nothing but a parasite, sucking out the sap of Penacony's oak from the top. A bug, madly devouring wealth.
You turn
You want to take the Holy Grail, or crush it? You'll have to get through me first!
So, the person we've been talking to was old Odie's servant all along?
Lend me your strength.
Commands. Well, I order you, Saber! Destroy all that is evil! Crush it, Saber! Power of the command spell, I command you to release your noble phantasm and shatter the Holy Grail!
Is this grand theater ever gonna see a day of peace? I'm starting to feel bad for the Bloodhounds and the Dreamweavers.
No need to feel bad for a heritage building insured with hundreds of different policies. Old Odie would never allow himself to lose a single coin over that. Unfortunately, no master was harmed in the making of this show. Even if we tried to hold him accountable, he'd probably just brush it off with his usual tricks. The best legal team money can buy, and sky-high compensation. And I fear the Holy Grail War has already given him returns far beyond what he's put into it. The silver lining is that this little spectacle will serve as the perfect excuse during negotiations for Madame Jade to pry open an even bigger opportunity in Penacony. Oh, don't say it like that. This is a good thing for Penacony shareholders.
These Penaconian rules, stinking of money won't keep me down. Lancer, let's go take care of that old fudger. Such a shame, brother. If we ever cross paths again, I'll take you to the finest honky-tonk in the cosmos for a drink.
Let's skip the last-minute psychoanalysis, all right? And when it comes to fashion, you're not much better than me, Guardian of Humanity.
The Holy Grail broke. What a shame. People have pursued it, fought for it, made sacrifices for it, and died for it. Much like they did for our own Penacony. They poured their dreams into Penacony to shape the planet into what it is today. But the question is, has Penacony ever answered their dreams? Look at this Memoria singularity. 10 Amber Heirs have passed. And out of those who once came here to build Penacony from the ground up, only one despicable old man is left. His friends, his enemies, they're all gone. I must confess to both of you, my wish has been granted. No matter how you see me, no matter how deeply we hated each other in the past, the Holy Grail has recognized your achievements and brought you forth as heroic spirits. Don't you think this is a rather unique reunion of old friends? It's unfortunate that Mikhail, that old rascal, couldn't be here to join us.
Mr. Odie, your wish truly moves me. If I didn't know you better, I'd almost be swayed by your sweet words. A reunion of old friends. No, it's just another part of your business deal.
Greedy. Or perhaps I should now address you as Mr. Rekka. Is the editing of the footage complete? That is such an important task, after all.
I've cut out everything related to the participants' privacy and kept only the most thrilling parts of the Holy Grail War. It may not be an artistic masterpiece, but it should meet your commercial expectations.
That'd be enough for me. You artists always aim to carve your names into art's annals no matter the cost. Too bad those who actually succeed are as rare as the winners of the Holy Grail War. I'm not like that. What else can truly measure the effort you've put in apart from cold, hard cash?
The memories of former heroic spirits are also worthy compensation.
Memories of a flop director like Greedy? Do enlighten me. What worth do those hold?
His memories are indeed positively worthless as a filmmaker, but when it comes to him as a person, those memories are treasures beyond compare. He has had his struggles, disappointments, and defiance, only to be reduced to another nameless nobody. That man is a symbol of the Penacony of his times, a most ridiculous clown and a most genuine hero. How could I ever miss out on a memory with as many facets as a veritable diamond? But now, I'm more curious about you, sir. You've spent so much money, only to create such an unsightly mess. Aren't you worried you'll end up in disgrace like Grady?
A merchant at my age who still cares about dignity would be an absolute failure.
Oh, in that case, my business here is settled. I'll take my leave.
All right. It's your turn, Miss Osner. I'll sign the declaration to renounce the trademark on your name and all rights to your creative works. Are you happy with that?
Happy? Never. But if you don't carry it through, I'll squeeze your puny neck with every ounce of my strength until I disappear. I'll watch you take your last breath, even if I know it won't actually kill you. Goodbye, Penacony's most successful merchant. There's something I've always wanted to say to you. I wish you were already dead.
Now that's a heartfelt confession. Osner, I do hope your wish comes true one day.
March 7th is always bringing back bizarre and curious things. One time, she even brought back something called a raiding pistol, and it only gave Pom-Pom a single point. Also, watch out for Himiko's coffee. It's the most terrifying beverage Pom-Pom's ever encountered. But please don't ever tell her that to her face.
Is it worse than the tea from Granholm's hometown?
100 times worse.
I'd love to have a try.
And that person is always dragging March 7th into trouble. Pom-Pom had such high hopes for Dan Hong, but even he started to follow along now. You passengers are all the same. Mikhail, you're spacing out again. What's going through that head of yours?
Conductor, looks like it's time to say our goodbyes again.
Will you be returning to the Express?
Maybe. I'm just happy to hear that so many people like me have boarded the Express over the years. The nameless come and go. Some find a place they want to stay, while others keep moving forward. Just like the silver rails that never stop. That's the Astral Express. I'm sure the conductor's future will never be lonely. The Holy Grail War is coming to an end, and wandering souls must return to their rest. I need to go back to Penacony.
Mikhail, remember, whether you leave or stay, the Astral Express will always be the home of the Nameless. Pom-Pom will always be here, waiting for your return.
It's a deal then, conductor. The next time the Express stops at Penacony, please sound the horn for me, Rosalina, and Tiernan. If we can hear it, then we'll definitely come visit you.
It's a promise.
You see, wishes lose their power once spoken aloud.
That does sound like something you'd say. Anyway, the first Holy Grail War orchestrated by Old Odie ended up being the last one. But the Dream Bubble movie co-produced by Mr. Rekka and Dr. Edward became a huge hit. Not only did it fill up movie theaters in Epsilon, it even created a new dream-chasing trend throughout the stars. Mr. Odie and the IPC's Penacony branch made quite the fortune from it. As Mr. Adventuring guessed, Odie simply brushed everything off as entertainment when questioned about placing family heads and shareholders in danger. While compensation and lawsuits are inevitable, I suspect he already knew exactly what was coming, even before the Holy Grail was activated. Now, old Odie did say he planned to give you some money, but even he thought that was too crude. So instead, he gave us the most valuable thing from this Holy Grail War. There's something inside the Holy Grail. I think this is a note for you.
Hey, brother, since you all look pretty busy, I headed out with Hook. Big thanks to Mr. Odie for buying this rare trinket I got my hands on. That's how I could afford this spontaneous trip. By the way, aren't you curious what old Sempo's wish to the Holy Grail was? I knew it, bro! You're still thinking about old Sempo, and I won't lie, the audience is waiting for it too. All right, folks, the show's over, but if there's anything still out there that can hear and fulfill my wish, I wish for everyone in the world to be happy, joyful, free, and have their every desire fulfilled.